For a woman who identifies as practicing and religious, okay, some people are in a position where they don't want to talk to a mental health professional and they don't want, so let's look for answers in the deen, because this is something that the religion brought, so I need to find answers there. And when you start to search and see, if you look up polygamy in Arabic and in English, and you want to see what the scholarship have to say about it, the attitude is less than helpful. There is a little bit of giggle culture. Yeah, haha, the women get jealous. And it's not being taken seriously.
No.
And you realize that, okay, there is no one in the religious context who has my back on this. In fact, the way that they're talking about it, it's very surface level, and it stops at this is actually allowed in the religion. And of course, you know, the men have to be just, and of course, but we're not talking about it seriously. There's no nuance. There is no consideration for the woman's position besides, you know, sister, you have to be patient, because if a woman stepped out on her marriage, the vicious, poisonous, throw her out and get he could spit on camera. You know, but in a man's position, as long as we get a paper from the mosque and we cover it up.
I think what she said in the beginning there was extremely dangerous. And she said that, well, if you do, I'm paraphrasing, but if you do in a search in English or in Arabic, you'll find that it's not helpful, and that there's a giggle culture and all these kind of things. Giving us the impression that she's already done this work, and that she's looked at all of the resources that in English that are available and all the resources that are in Arabic that are available in the Islamic tradition. Because if we talk about scholarship, we're not talking about the last 20 or 30 years. Yeah, exactly. We are talking about the last 1,400 years. Yes. And by the way, that would include Aisha and the mothers of the believers. Yes. That would include the female scholars, yes, which she has forgotten about, quite frankly, in her tirade. Yeah. But what I'm saying here is, to put people away from the religious discourse in favor of something else, if not deviance, then what is it?
No, this is very dangerous, because the thing is, what's being told is this: Islamically, we're bankrupt. There's nothing to offer here.
Exactly.
And then she talks about coach. What did she mention in the beginning about coaching? Did she say, or something like therapy or something along those lines? I mean, what do you want us to do? Go to the non-Muslims? I mean, yes, you can. There's nothing wrong with it if you're going for certain issues. But what you've done is you've emptied, like, as if Islam has nothing to offer on this matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's finished. Islam, don't turn to Islam.
Is the plea of psychological resources?
Yes, it has nothing to offer. Like, as if Allah, the Quran, the Sunnah, there's nothing to offer.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have to go to these therapists, whoever they are. God knows. One of them told me a story that sister was going through something. She went to this therapist, this non-Muslim therapist, and you know what they said to her? Explore your sexuality, go sleep around. Yeah, let's go to these people. They're going to come.
Go to individuals that are not.
What do you think they're going to say to you, my dear sister? Let's suppose your husband is going through, is getting married, a second wife. Yeah, you go to a therapist, and you say to the therapist, "My husband got married again." What do you think she's going to say? Oh, she's going to give you ways of dealing with it? No, they're going to give you ways of destroying it. Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, as a Muslim woman, if you are so, I'll be honest with you, I see anger in your eyes. Like my sister, if you're
to be fair, it can be the case that you have a neutral therapist that won't get involved in moral issues.
No problem.
But no, you're right. The point stands, which is that she is clearly pushing people away from the religious discourse.
No, of course, not only that.
She is offering them. She's saying that this does not have the resources for your psychological concerns,
which is dangerous. The thing is, bro, if she as a Muslim,
it's more than dangerous.
These are three sisters who are observing the hijab. They are believing women who fear Allah. We have to believe they fear Allah. If they are coming and saying this, Aki, what am I going to expect from a non-Muslim woman? If the believing women are coming and giving our sisters this advice, I'm so sorry. I'm not saying they intentionally have a malicious intent. I do not mean that. But if you guys can be so, it's an emotional statement. I'm sorry, I've not one Quran Sunnah. I've heard emotional statements. And if you're going to come,
they don't mention the Quran Sunnah at all.
Exactly.
In this video.
Okay.
The whole 35 minutes.
If that's the case, if you guys are mentioning this as sisters, imagine a co-sister coming to you guys and thinking, hijabi, Muslim, believing, what advice are going to give me? My husband got a second wife. I swear to God that woman will leave the meeting blackmailing her husband, probably using the kids against her. He will do all kinds of stuff. Why? Because she will say, like they said, because you've done this to me, and spiritual abuse and bullying.
Exactly.
They're going to leave that meeting.
Yes. This is
devastated.
The thing is, the issue is,
it's very dangerous.
It gets worse when she starts saying that the scholars or whoever is religious clergymen, they say, let's be patient, and she says that's only patience.
Why not patience?
Patience is one of the deepest.
Why not patience?
Patience is one of the most deep and important
parts of Islam.
Aspects of the religion of Islam.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that if someone's giving you the advice which Allah gives you in the Quran, which is وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, literally وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, exhort one another to patience, and you're ridiculing them.
And wallahi,
no, you're ridiculing them
Yes.
on the basis that they are doing exactly what the Quran tells them to do by the word. And so, do you think you're following the Quran or your own desires?
Wallahi, I can even tell you something. Like Allah says in the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Yeah? Aki, wallahi, when Allah says something, verily with hardship comes ease. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Wallahi, if a sister comes to me and says, my husband got married again, I'll ask her some basic questions. Sister, does he pray? Yes. Does he practice? Good. Is he holistically, in totality, is he a good guy? Yes. Does he provide? Does he, all this kind of stuff, pays a bit, etc. Stay with them, sister. Wallahi al-azim. You go, these sisters, they listen to their friends, these friends, okay? Well, he did that to you. Please shut up. Yeah, don't act like your husband's not polygamous. Don't act like your husband is not doing it in either. We hope he does it in the halal way or in the haram way. Yeah, stop acting like your husband. Every man is polygamous. You're going to destroy that house, sister. You're going to believe it and destroy your house.
And you know
and
what,
guess
Ali?
what? Those friends are not going to be there for you. I promise you. The reason I'm saying is this: you get in a hype and you believe these sisters, etc. Now they can say something very easily.
No, you're right.
And please, they're going to come and say, you guys are men. It's easy for you to say, mashallah, like the giggle culture.
Yeah,
no problem. Check this out. Check this out. No problem. Check this out, bro. Yeah. Okay. What does Allah say that we as men have to do? We're the maintainers and the protectors. No problem. That means when a thief comes to the house, brother, am I sending my wife or am I going?
No, you're going yourself.
Am I the maintainer? I pay for the bill, electricity, gas, water.
I don't know about that. I think you're the kind of guy that, you know.
Alhamdulillah, I try my best.
No, you don't do this.
Alhamdulillah.
Giggle culture for the
Alhamdulillah,
sister.
my wife is watching this.
Yeah.
She knows, wallahi, I do not like, I tell her, she loves being a mother. It's the best thing. Wallahi, I see happiness in that. In her eyes when she's with our kids. Yeah. The point is this, bro. On top of that, add this: when a war happens, what's happening in Ukraine? Yeah, what's happening, bro? Even the transgender women are being stopped. No, you're a man now. Yeah. I'm gonna ask a simple question, bro. If we are called, let's say if a war happens, argument's sake, let's say, yeah, and we attend. Do you love going to war?
Me personally,
yeah, I'm asking you.
You're asking the wrong guy.
No, one second. Do you look forward to going to war?
No one.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you look forward to going and saying my limb might come off?
No.
Actually, you know what? I might not come home. Actually, you know
Ali.
what? No, one second. Actually, forget the arm getting.
I'm with you, Ali.
Okay, imagine you don't even come home at all, and imagine the thought. For every man, we have ghira.
Yeah.
Imagine your wife might go. If I pass away, my wife's gonna go marry someone else. Which one's worse? You have a husband that has another wife, but he's still in your life and your kid's life. But compared to what we're gonna go through when we go to war, the chance of being killed. Number two, not returning home. Can I come and say, but this is not fair, man. This is spiritual abuse, man. My wife will be the first one to say, get out there and defend.
It's true.
Yallah.
It's true.
Yallah. Am I going to complain? We accept what Allah has legislated for us, which is much harder, I'll be honest with you, than polygamy, because we're going to end up dying or get our limbs chopped in some instances. Then how can you come here and use these kind of words? Yeah.
I think what you said in this, you're getting very emotional.
No, I will like it, because you know why? You know why, bro? It hurts me to see the breakdown of the family unit.
No, I get that.
It's not a joke.
But what I will say is this, bro. Is like, honestly, yeah. One thing you did say, which is I think completely true, yeah, is that individuals like Sister Sumaya here, yeah, she will give advice to other sisters, as she would in the end of this episode. We'll see that, you know, sometimes the individual is more important than the whole, because the individual, she will say it in her own articulation. But basically, in directing the advice for divorce, and we've already dealt with this in previous episodes. Like, she does this quite often. It seems like it's her favorite type of advice.
It's dangerous.
But then she is not going to be there monetarily or otherwise for the sister that is going to be stuck with I don't know how many children, even if she's alone, without any. She's not going to be there to assist, to help. Sorry to say, to physically assist, to sexually satisfy. You don't have the facility to deal with all of that. To psychologically be a companion for that individual. And you don't even want or have told your people that are listening to this, who are very impressionable and probably going through a very difficult situation. You haven't even told them. You haven't gone as far as to even tell them that in fact they're in for a long period of grieving and heartbreak.
Exactly.
Why don't you tell them about the fact that if you leave and if you try and break your home, not only will you be grieving, your children will be grieving. There'll be heartbreak everywhere.
Bro, look at the studies on single parent homes. We're not blaming the mother. What we're saying is in single mother homes, bro, it destroys the family unit, bro. Especially the children. How could someone be so selfish? And look, I don't know if these sisters have gone through it personally themselves, but if they have or they haven't, if they have, bro, it is dangerous for you to use something which you may have disliked, or let's suppose arguments that it happened the wrong way, he did it the wrong way, then you to come and use that bitterness to take it out on the whole ummah, because now what you're doing is you're giving advice to these sisters based on something that you lived through, which was, let's say, done the wrong way. Okay, let's suppose that polygamy that your husband done was the wrong way, and now you're out bitter, hurt, and you are channeling that energy in such a way that it is destroying the family unit, the household. It's irresponsible behavior.
Absolutely.